You know that feeling like there's a clock ticking somewhere in the background? Not your watch, not your phone, something quieter but louder at the same time. It's that invisible timeline society gives us. By 25, you should have your dream job. By 30, you should be married, kids, house, savings, all by some set age, as if life follows one straight road. And if you are not there yet, it feels like you are behind. I have been there, I'm still there. That quiet panic when someone asks, so what's next? Or when are you getting married? Or when do you plan to have children? You are running out of time. But here's the thing. Most of these expectations aren't actually ours. They are handed to us, and maybe it's time we gently put them down. In today's video, I want to talk about what it truly means to let go of society's timeline and start trusting your own pace. No pressure, no shame, just a conversation. Let's get into it. Whose timeline is it anyway? When we think about timelines, we rarely stop to ask, where did they come from? Who decided that 30 is late for a career change or that 35 is too old to start a family? Most of these milestones were set decades ago based on a world that looked very different from ours. Back then, people often stayed in the same job for life. Marriage came early and roles were more rigid. But today, the world is changing faster than ever. Careers are more flexible. People fall in love later. Some never want kids. And that's okay. And even with all this change, the old timeline still lingers. In conversations, in media, in the way we silently compare ourselves to others. It's easy to absorb those expectations without even realizing it. But just because something is common doesn't make it right for you. Your path is yours. And the moment you start questioning that timeline is the moment you start taking your power back. Comparison is a trap. Have you ever opened Instagram and felt like everyone else is ahead? Someone just bought a house, someone else got engaged, another person launched a business, and there you are wondering if you are the only one still figuring things out. It's easy to compare, we all do it, I do it all the time. All my friends are married, having children, have great lives. But here's what I remind myself, social media is a highlight reel, not the full picture. We see someone's moment of success, but not the years of doubt and hard work behind it. And even offline, people don't always share their struggles. A friend might look like they have it all together, but they could be dealing with something you have no idea about. Everyone is carrying something. Everyone is figuring life out in their own way. When we compare timelines, we forget that no two lives are the same. What works for someone else might not be meant for you. That's okay. You are not behind. You are just on a different path. Your worth is not a deadline. One of the hardest things about following society's timeline is the silent judgment we place on ourselves when we fall behind. If you haven't hit certain milestones by a certain age, it starts to feel like you are somehow less capable, less successful, less valuable. But that's not true. Your worth has nothing to do with your job title, your relationship status, or your bank balance. You are not your productivity. You are not your achievements. You are a whole person, learning, growing, trying, and that's more than enough. Think about all the versions of you that you have been so far. The you that tried, failed, got back. The you that kept going when things felt uncertain. That's where your value lies. Letting go of society's timeline is also about letting go of the idea that your worth is measured by deadlines. You are not late, you are becoming, and becoming takes time. Life isn't linear, it's layered. We often think of life as a straight line, one stage after another, in a neat, logical order. School, college, job, marriage, kids, retirement. But in reality, life is messy, it's layered. Sometimes you go back to school at 35. Sometimes you find your passion after 40. Sometimes you leave something stable to follow a dream. There's no one-size-fits-all version of success, and there's no rule book. The most interesting people I have met are the ones who took the longer road, the detours, the people who paused, who started over, who said, this isn't for me, even when it scared them. It's not easy, but it's real. Life isn't about ticking boxes. It's about building something that feels meaningful to you. So if your life doesn't look like the standard timeline, maybe that's not a bad thing. Maybe it means you are living fully, and that's something to be proud of. The pressure of buy now. There's this phrase that sneaks into our heads a lot, buy now. By now, I should have figured this out. By now, I should be more successful. By now, I should know what I'm doing. But who said by now was the right time? We put so much pressure on ourselves with these invisible deadlines. When we don't meet them, we feel like we have failed. But maybe the timing isn't wrong. Maybe it's just not yours. Growth doesn't follow a schedule. Healing doesn't follow a clock. And self-discovery takes as long as it takes. When we drop the idea of by now, we give ourselves space. Space to explore, to evolve, to breathe. You are not a project with a finish date. You are a person in progress. And every version of you is valid, even the one that's still figuring it all out. Redefining success on your own terms. For a long time, I thought success meant doing what everyone else seemed to be doing. Getting promoted, getting married, being settled. But at some point, I realized I never asked myself what success looked like for me. That was a game changer. Success might mean starting over. It might mean choosing peace over pressure. It might mean saying no to a good opportunity because it doesn't align with your values. You get to define your version of a good life, and it might not look like anyone else's. That's the beauty of it. Take a moment and think, what does your success look like? Not the filtered version, not the one designed to impress others. The quiet, honest version. Letting go of society's timeline isn't just about going slower. It's about going truer. Living in a way that actually feels right, not just looks right from the outside. Giving yourself permission to pivot. Sometimes what holds us back isn't just fear, it's shame. Shame about starting over, about changing our minds, about not knowing the next step. But life is full of pivots, and they are not a sign of failure. They are a sign that you are listening to yourself, to your needs, to your truth. We are allowed to take a different route. We are allowed to say, this isn't for me anymore, even if you have spent years building it, even if others won't understand. We grow, we shift, and that's normal. Giving yourself permission to pivot means letting go of the guilt, the pressure, and the need to explain. It's okay to change direction. It's okay to outgrow things. What matters is that you keep choosing what feels aligned, even if it looks different from what you thought it would be. Let yourself evolve. Life isn't a straight road. It's a winding journey, and every turn is part of your story. Now here's what I have learned and what I'm still learning every day. There's no right timeline. There's only yours. Letting go of society's timeline doesn't mean giving up. It means choosing something more honest. It means making space for your pace. You don't have to rush. You don't have to prove anything. You're allowed to be a work in progress. Some days will feel slow. Some days will feel confusing. But you are moving. You are growing. And that counts. Be kind to yourself. Celebrate the little things. And remember, just because your timeline looks different doesn't mean you are lost. You are just writing a story that's uniquely yours. And that's something no one else can do for you. Thanks for being here today. If this video gave you something to think about, I hope you take a deep breath and trust your own timing. You are not late. You are right on time. I hope you liked today's episode. Until next time, keep